All right, Lieutenant, listen up. Welcome to 2026. This is your crash course for not just surviving, but actually thriving as a new communications officer. And trust me, the rulebook has been completely torn up and rewritten.
Okay, let's get one thing straight right from the jump. Your job is not support. Forget that word. You're not just the person fixing radios in the back anymore. No way. You are absolutely central to every single thing that happens on the modern battlefield. The network you command, that is the battlefield now. So, Section 1, the battlefield has changed, and man has it ever. Your first real challenge is to completely forget the last 20 years of war. Seriously, everything you think you know about Army communications, it's about to be turned on its head. The battlefield you're walking onto is more lethal than anything we've seen in generations. Look at this. On the left, that's the world of counterinsurgency. Big, static bases, guaranteed satellite connection, a commo paradise, right? Well, that world is gone. It's a museum piece. On the right, that's your world now. You're constantly on the move, jumping your command post to avoid getting hit. And your network? It's always under attack. And this is the single most important thing to understand. Let it sink in. Your radio is a target. Every single time you or one of your soldiers keys that mic, you are painting a giant bullseye on your location. The enemy can pinpoint that signal and have artillery raining down on you in minutes. Your job is now a deadly game of electronic hide-and-seek. You have to talk, but talking can get you killed. That's the tightrope you're walking now. So, how does the Army get you ready for this? Well, that brings us to your basic training. Welcome to SBOLC. It's a 16-week crucible down at Fort Eisenhower, and its entire purpose is to forge you into the kind of officer who can handle this new reality. And make no mistake, this is not just some tech school. It's built around one core idea: soldier first, signal second. Look at Phase 1, land nav, weapons, PT. Why? Because if you can't hang with the infantry guys on a long ruck march, they are never going to listen to a single word you say about their radios. You have to earn that respect first. Then you get into the deep tech stuff, getting your C++, learning Cisco, and getting hands-on with all the gear. It all comes to a head in the final FTX, where the instructors just throw chaos at you, jamming, equipment failures, you name it. They're testing your leadership under fire, not just if you can plug in a cable. All right, Section 3, mastering your toolkit. Let's talk about the actual gear. These aren't just a bunch of gadgets. This is the hardware and software you will use to build, defend, and command the network that lets your unit fight. Okay, you've really got 3 main radios you need to know inside and out. The 163 is that little handheld you see squad leaders carrying. The 158 is the bigger man-pack radio. Think of it as your long-range lifeline, the thing that reaches up to a satellite. And then you've got the 162. That's the beast. It's the big data gateway, the heavy lifter that moves tons of information. Each has a role, and you have to master all of them. But here's the real secret. The magic isn't in the radios themselves. It's in the software and the waveforms. TSM, that creates this incredible mesh network where every radio helps every other radio, perfect for a dense city. MUOS, that's basically like having a cell phone tower in space, giving you service anywhere. Then there's Atom, which automates all your planning, and TAC, which puts a live Google Maps-style view of the battlefield right onto a soldier's phone. See the shift? You're not a radio guy anymore. You're a network architect. Okay, Section 4. You've got the gear, now you have to learn how to talk. On the radio, being lazy with your words can get people killed. It's that simple. You have to be bilingual. You need to speak deep tech to your own soldiers, and then turn around and speak plain, simple, tactical language to your commander. First lesson, and I'm serious, burn this into your brain. Never, ever say Roger Wilco. It screams that you're an amateur. They're not the same thing. Roger just means I received your transmission. That's it. It doesn't mean you agree. It doesn't mean yes. Wilco, on the other hand, is short for will comply. It's a promise. It means you heard it and you're doing it. The difference is everything. Now, this one isn't just about sounding professional. This one is literally life and death. If you didn't hear something clearly, you say again. The word repeat is a fire command for artillery. Imagine this. You're on the command net, you miss what the commander said, and you key the mic and say, repeat. You could have just told an artillery battery to fire the exact same mission again right on top of friendly troops. It's a cardinal sin. You always say again. You also have to get fluent in brevity codes. Now, these aren't secret spy codes. They're just a way to pass a ton of information with a single word really fast. A pilot yelling Winchester tells everyone in earshot they're out of ammo. A piece of gear is bent if it's broken, or sweet if it's working. It's about speed and clarity, and everyone from a platoon leader to a fighter pilot speaks this same language.
And here's a little bit of insider slang for you. You know, the official computer networking model has 7 layers, right? Physical, data link, all that. Well, when your Sergeant First Class comes up to you and says, "Sir, we've got a layer 8 issue," what they're really telling you, very politely, is that the equipment is working perfectly fine, the user is the problem. Knowing that little joke shows you get it. It shows you're part of the culture. Okay, let's get to the final section, planning to win. This is where we talk about your most important job, because your job isn't to make radios work. Your job is to deliver a plan that lets your commander lead and make decisions, especially when everything is going wrong. And this right here, this is your masterpiece. It's called a PACE plan: primary, alternate, contingency, and emergency. And here's the key. A PACE plan that's just 4 different types of satellite is not a PACE plan. It's a single point of failure waiting to happen. A real plan, a robust plan, looks like this. It diversifies across totally different methods and spectrums. We've got satellite, then we go to HF radio, then line of sight VHF, and finally, a runner, a human being. That is true resilience. And that brings us to what might be the hardest but most critical skill you'll develop: translation. You have to be able to translate technical garbage into real operational impact. Your commander does not care about signal-to-noise ratios. They just don't. They want the so what. They want to know what they can and can't do right now. Just look at the difference here. The bad brief? Sir, the SNR is -5 dB. The commander's eyes are just going to glaze over. You've made them do the mental work. The good brief? Sir, the storm's messing with our satellite link. We're switching to HF radio. You'll have voice, but you won't have your PowerPoint slides for the next 2 hours. See? Simple. It tells them the impact, the solution, and the timeline. That is how you brief. So we've walked through the new battlefield. We've looked at your training, your tools, your language, and how to plan. But now, it's on you. And that question on the screen, that's not a what if, it's a when. The enemy is jamming you. Your network is completely down, and your commander turns and looks right at you and says, "Well, Lieutenant, what's the plan? What's your first move?"